Hey, welcome to another episode of Smoky Ribs. I've had some requests since I've gotten this Kamado Joe to do a low and slow cook, and that's exactly what I got going on right now. I've got a pork shoulder, the picnic section of the shoulder, and it's been going on about 6 hours. I'm up roughly 170 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm shooting for a 195 degree internal temp. At that point, I'm going to pull it off, going to do a wrap in some foil, and just let it hang out for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And then from there, I'm going to do pulled pork. Going to shred it, and we're going to do some pulled pork sandwiches with a really good East Carolina tangy barbecue sauce. And on top of that, I'm going to have some deep fried dill pickle spares on some buns. Gonna be good. Alright, let's get rolling. Alright, we're going to be doing this pork shoulder low and slow. So we're going to go ahead and start adding some of these bigger chunks across the bottom of this Kamado. Just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and fill this thing up almost to the top of this, to this firebox here. We want to make sure that we have plenty of charcoal for a very long cook. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get all this started. We'll be back. I got a few pieces I'm going to put right in the middle that I've already gotten started. You got to get the rest of them going. I'm going to place some wood in various spots. I'm going to put some smoke wood right on top of where this heat is. Then I'm going to put some in other places. And as the fire makes it over here to these various places, we'll continue with some smoke. Looking for around 2 hours of smoke time. You really can't penetrate any more than that, and you really don't want to. All it does is give it a very strong, bitter taste. Anything over 2 hours of smoke. Here, I'm going to be putting this deflector plate in. This deflector plate will give us indirect heat. And also, on top of this, I have a drip pan. That's a combination of 50% water and 50% apple cider vinegar. That's what I always use on ribs, Boston butt, it don't matter, just whatever. I always use that combination. Go ahead and get our grill grate on top of this. Alright. I tell you what, this is what I'm so impressed with this Kamado Joe, is that if you'll notice, there's absolutely no smoke coming out of this seam. This thing is so airtight. I don't know if you can see this shot down here at the vent, but you can see it drafting. You can see a little smoke right here, and it's just drafting right in. No smoke's coming out. None around this seam. Just only where it's supposed to, right out the stack. Okay, my temperature has come up. That's 240 degrees, so I'm going to make a few minor adjustments and try to choke this down to about 225. And once you get these Kamados there, they'll hold, man. They're there. Go ahead and put the meat on here. And then after I close this back up, I'm going to fine tune it to 225 degrees. Last night, I took and rubbed this down with mustard, and then I put a pork rub on here. I will put a recipe in the description box on this pork rub that I used. And anyway, I let it sit overnight in the refrigerator. This is a picnic roast. This is not a Boston butt. Right, what I'm going to do now is go ahead and insert a probe towards the middle of this roast there. And I also have another one that I will get from another area. Give me 2 vantage points here. Alright, I'm going to close it up. And like I said, I'm going to fine tune the temperature on this. Of course, the temperature dropped off as I opened it. So now I'm going to go ahead and get it back up to around 225, and I'll fine tune it. Once I get it there, believe me, this Kamado Joe will hold right there. And this thing is going to go for hours on end. I'm not sure exactly. I got my iGrill thermometer hooked up to it. And I have an app on my iPhone that will alert me when I hit 195 degrees. That's what I'm shooting for. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, this has been going for around 10 hours. And I actually brought my heat up to about 250, 260 here because I end up putting another thermometer probe right here, digital. I'm reading temperature here as well as in the dome, and that tells me that right in this area I'm around what I need to be, 225, 230. At any rate, it's done got dark on me. This shoulder is looking excellent. You can't really tell this bright light that I have. Let's see if I can dim that just a little bit. You still can't tell much about it. Alright, next time you see this, it'll be indoors. We've got to get this up to about 195 to where it will be pulled pork tender. It's going to be awesome. We'll see you in a little bit inside. Okay, I just pulled it off the grill, off the Kamado. It took 12 hours exactly to get this thing up to 195 degrees. At about 175 degrees, I hit the wall. It took like 2.5 hours to come off of 175 before it started climbing again. And I played with the Kamado a little bit, brought it up some, but it wasn't for very long. Ultimately, I brought it back to 225 and just used patience. That's all you gotta do. Just wait it out. It'll eventually come up, and that's what I did. And I'm looking at this. I don't know if it shows on the video, but I see all kind of juice running from this. It's got a nice bark on it. What I'm going to do at this point is wrap it up tightly in aluminum foil. I'm going to let it sit for about an hour and a half, and then I will pull it. And from there, we're going to make some barbecue pulled pork sandwiches. Alright, it's time to build a pulled pork sandwich. We're going to start off with, you got it, pulled pork. Got a little bit of bark right here. That's where some awesome flavor exists. I'm going to go with a little bit more for myself. Alright, what I've got here is a East Carolina barbecue sauce that I put together. If you want the recipe for that, I will have it in the description box. Don't want a lot. This is a real tangy but yet sweet sauce. Excellent. Alright, on top of this, this is a deep fried pickle spare. I will also include the recipe in the description box for that as well. I'm going for 2 of them. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright. Till next time, smoke your ribs.